what's happening culturally in Europe, what's
Very
their
sad.
crackdowns on free speech, and they just
so
look
sad.
less and less like we do.
Yeah.
And there's a real question about whether there's a massive shift happening now in terms of world alliances long term.
Well, there's definitely, I think, a new world order. I think the president has sought to it. There's a new world order in trade. There's a new world order in globalization and the way that we invest in our economy versus, foreign supply chains. There's a new world order, and that the president is willing to shake up some old alliance structures. I mean, NATO, I think, is much different because of the president's leadership than it was 10 years ago. It was sort of coasting. It was effectively a protectorate of the United States of America. Obviously, you saw what happened in Venezuela. So, yeah, the president is putting a stamp on world history, but fundamentally in an America First way.
I believe the progress that we have made in the partnership sets us up well for the new world order.
Shalom. Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone who teach and rule well, and peace and salutations to the elect out there, feeding the sheep of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai with sincerity and charity. Esau is about to come out with this new world order where he has full control over everybody, right? Over your house, over your land, over what you own, but the main thing this guy is trying to acquire, right, is complete control over, humanity, right? And he wants to put an RFID microchip inside of every single human he possibly can, right? But except that the Lord's elect, right, are not going to take that RFID microchip, right? Which is the mark of the beast. This is the book of Revelations 13 and 16. It says, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name." And this is the breakdown, right, for what that word mark means, right? It's charagma, right? Outline of biblical usage, a stamp or imprinted mark of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist. And we're going to go back to that clip. Did you catch what that devil said, right?
Obviously, you saw what happened in Venezuela. So, yeah, the president is putting a stamp on world history. Obviously, you saw what happened in Venezuela. So, yeah, the president is putting a stamp on world history.
Right? You go back to the word. It says a stamp or an imprinted mark. Right? These devils, what do they do? They tell you beforehand everything that they do, right? They speak like they speak in indirect code words, right? Because it's a part of what they believe in, to tell people what they're going to do beforehand, right? It says predictive programming is a theory alleging that media, movies, books, news is used to psychologically condition the public to accept planned future events, social changes, or technological shifts before they occur, acting as a form of manipulation. Except that this is not no fucking theory. This is facts, right? This is prophecy, right? Because the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, right, which is a proper name of the Lord, he gave us the eyes to see while the rest of these people were blinded, right? This is the book of Romans 11 and 7. It says, "What then? Israel had not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election had obtained it, and the rest were blinded." Right? Not everybody's going to understand this, right? If you're able to come to this knowledge and wisdom and truth of prophecy and what's about to happen, consider yourself very grateful, right? Because of what the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, he's revealing the secrets unto you, right? The Lord, he revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets, right? The rest of these people out here, right? These people out here, at the airports, at the train stations, right? At the restaurants, eating McDonald's, right? At the mall, these people they don't have the fucking truth, man. Most of these people, they don't have the truth. They don't use the proper names, right? They're thinking about sodomizing people, right? Thinking about homosexuality, right? Thinking about the matter of fact, these people, they're waiting actually to get that RFID microchip. A lot of them are gonna fucking get that microchip the same way they're gonna people usually buy iPhones or different new technology that comes out. These people are the first to fucking get that thing, right? They're gonna be the first to get that chip, right? That's why it's very important that we are not like these people, right? We have to be complete opposite of what these people, right? Because Israelites are a holy people, right? And these people, they're not holy, man. They're fucking. They are the complete opposite of that, right? They're enemies of the Lord, right? They're gonna betray the Lord, right? To see their families, to see concerts, right? This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10 and verse 37. It says, "He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me, and he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me," right? Because you're going to see in these latter times, a lot of people are going to take that chip because their wife told them so, right? Their wife said, the kids are starving, right? I'm starving. Someone needs to take that chip, right? And you're going to have these Captain Save-A-Hos. They're going to, what are they going to do, right? They're going to take that RFID microchip, right? They're going to take that mark of the beast, right? Just, they're going to, for an extra can of beans, right? For a box of Pop-Tarts, right? For a packet of fucking ketchup, these people are going to take that chip, right? Just for them to get hit with that nuclear missile. That's why if your family doesn't follow this truth, right? They don't believe in this truth, right? They're not believers of this. They're not believers of these prophecies. Fuck them. Let them fucking get destroyed, right? Ultimately, that was preordained by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, right? This is Revelation 3 and 10. It says, "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth," right? That's talking about this this new world order, right? This mark of the beast that's going to be implemented, right? That's the ultimate hour of temptation. Right, a lot of people are, might lose their lives, right? Some brothers might lose their lives for not taking that mark, right? Some brothers might lose their lives, and many people will take that RFID microchip. They're gonna take that mark of the beast, right? Because most people, they follow the multitude, right? They follow what the crowd does. That's why you have to pray to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. He keeps you to endure, right? He keeps you enduring, and he doesn't put the spirit on you, right, to take that chip, because that is what you call a terrifying judgment, right? The last thing you want is the Lord just says, what, fuck it, right? And then just he puts the spirit on you to basically fall into that temptation, right? You do not want that to happen to you, right? That's why it's very important you pray to the Lord, right? You continue feeding the sheep of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, right? You continue studying these prophecies, right? Continue warning and sounding the alarm, right? That's what we're meant to do, right? We're not meant here to do anything else, right? We're here to we're here to be mouthpieces of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, right? And expose these fucking wicked ass devils, right? Because that's what these motherfuckers are doing, man, right? All they're doing is just telling you, we're about to start this new world order, right? And they actually they get off to that idea, right, of microchipping people, like full control, right? What this devil wants, he wants full control. That's what his new world order is. Because when they have full control, right, they can start controlling people, right, making people see things. Start running ads in your fucking brain, right? This is the type of shit that's really gonna go down, right? And until this happens, right? Until this mark of the beast is implemented, right? you're gonna hear war. You're gonna hear about wars and rumors of wars, right? But until that mark of the beast happens, right? You know, you know, the mark of the beast has to happen first. Is what I'm trying to say, right? And then all these wars and this, you know, complete destruction of Babylon, America, right, is going to happen. This is the book of Matthew 24:6, and it says, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye not be troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet." Right? Why? Because that mark of the beast that has to be implemented. The mandatory mark of the beast has to be implemented before all these other things happen, right? And it's gonna happen on a worldwide scale, right? However they do that, whether it's through some T-word attack, right? They're gonna come up with a reason to start chipping people and getting people to take that mandatory chip, right? And they're gonna have a lot of reasons, but this is what the new world order is right. That's why you see it right on the dollar bills everywhere, right? That's why you see politicians since you know what, from 50 years ago talk about this new world order, right? And because this devil has been waiting a very long time to do that, right? This devil has been he's gonna try to basically fill his belly, right, before that destruction happens. This is the book of Job 20 and 23, and it says, "When he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he's eating," right? When everybody starts getting taking that chip, just when this devil thinks, you know, he actually will accomplish his when this devil thinks he accomplished his wicked plan, that's when the Lord's gonna come back, right? And the elect are gonna get beamed up in those chariots and take over and put this fucker into captivity, right? That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put this fucker into fucking slavery. We're gonna put this devil into slavery, and it's gonna be a very bad time for him, right? It's gonna be very, very bad for him, right? And we're gonna fuck his ass up, right? You know whether you like it or not, this is just biblical prophecy, right? These are the things that will happen. And with that being said, we're going to give all glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders at the Great Millstone who teach and rule well. And peace and salutations to the elect out there feeding the sheep of Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahushai. Shalom.